Welcome, Georgia fans, SEC fans, and college football fans. Thanks for showing up. We call this Spoiled Rotten podcast because we are spoiled rotten. Georgia fans have it made. When I first started this little adventure, we were winning titles every year. There wasn't much to talk about. And the confession I wanted to make was that I had a second hobby of watching the other schools, their media shows, their little shows like this one. I watched all the personalities of Tennessee. When they were in a train wreck mode, it was fun to watch them squirm. And Florida joined the party. Auburn joined the party. Dumpster fire neighbors. And so we were winning titles and our neighbors were falling apart. And I watched them fall apart. I enjoyed watching those shows. And I did notice there was one difference in those shows than the Georgia shows. Because in those shows with the train wreck and the dumpster fires, they criticized the coach. They criticized a lot of things because they need to be criticized. The team is failing, and it becomes very difficult to be a fan when a team is in train wreck mode. It is. There's nothing more frustrating as a fan to see your team in a dumpster fire. But how does it get there? I mean, Tennessee was winning titles, always giving Georgia a hard time. Mark Richt came along and straightened that out a little bit, but Phil Fulmer wasn't easy to beat. Neither was Spurrier, neither was Meyer. Florida was hard to beat. We couldn't beat them for 20 years. Maybe not quite that long, but it was a long time. Longer than ever needed, I might add. Georgia became a train wreck in the 90s. Their train wreck was Ray Goff. Jim Don tried to fix it. He kind of did, but not fast enough. And then they brought Mark Richt in, and it worked. They loved him. 15 years. Didn't win a title, but won a lot of games and kind of put us back on the map. He did. Then Kirby Smart put us on the map like we'd never been. Championships to be expected by the media, the top dog, the assumed favorite. That was our status for a very long time. Actually, it wasn't that long. With 2 years, we won back-to-back titles. But we were ascending, and it was obvious we would get them. And we did. But the question is, are we still there? Are we really trying to get a title now? Because it looks like they are. But it looked like they were in 2011 and 2012. It did look like it. It looked like they were trying to win a title in 2019. But they didn't quite play like a title team. But they've had the talent to do so. That's the key. For the last 10 years, Georgia's had the talent. And any blame or any shortcoming would have to fall on the coaches. And that was the point. Our media, we can't criticize the coaches. How do you criticize back-to-back titles? But it has been a while. So how did Dabo and Clemson get to where they were? And how fast did it take to actually get there? And were the warning signs obvious? And were they ignored? They were in both cases. I don't want to get into that. Now we've got coaching carousel. A big shakeup will come, and LSU or Florida might become truly dangerous, like in 2019 and like with Meyer and Spurrier. That could happen. For some reason, you don't feel like it'll be, with Kiffin and Ole Miss, you don't feel like it'll be a year-to-year danger. Just a good team that might be good once in a little while. Not every year. Playoff team, but not the one you got to worry about. The SEC doesn't have that kind of team that we had in 21-22, the dominant team. It's open. Somebody will get credit for being that team. And Georgia has not been that team for the last 3 years. And it's becoming apparent. You can't deny it. Slow but steady dropping, a degrading of what they do, what they accomplish. And now, this channel, having watched all the dumpster fires, tried to warn fans when I see, every move you make is either headed to a championship or it could be heading to dumpster. I mean, you can't just walk to the dumpster and get to the Taj Mahal. You get where you're walking is the real situation. You walk that way, you'll go that way. You walk that way, you'll go that way. Which way are we walking? Are we walking to championships or back to Mark Rick? Oh, we're just pretty good. And is that good enough? I mean, ever since Kirby Smart's gotten here, have we ever really been lacking in any talent? Not really. We didn't have a quarterback at some point. Didn't have some receivers. We had them, but really not. But the problems we have are probably self-created. And we can get to that too, because that's how you get to be in the dumpster. You dig your own hole. And I didn't like that Charlotte game. I thought we should have gotten a blowout, just like the other guys did. We're not doing what the 21-22 team would have done. They would have made a statement even with Charlotte. We made a statement, but not quite. The backups couldn't score. Are they no good? We don't know. Shouldn't we know? Yeah, we should. The backups should be good. The backups should have got their 20 points, but they didn't. But those backups that couldn't score against Charlotte might have to do something wonderful against a really tough team because we're trying to win a championship. Aren't we?